Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind's Top 25 video. Dusty Litster, and as always, pleased to be joined by Dane Stewart, co-host. Dane, first of all, before we jump in, we always got to remind people, we're brought to you by Heidemann & Associates.
Yeah, that's right. And, Heidemann & Associates is a full-service law firm. Whatever legal needs you have, they'll get you taken care of. Might be setting up your living will and trust. Maybe you have a dispute you got to get resolved. They can handle whatever questions you have, and they'll sit down with you. It's very personable type of experience. Really get to understand your situation, what you need, and help craft the plan that's going to help you through your questions. So no one that we would recommend any higher than Justin Heidemann. Just go check him out online at utah.law. And if you tell him that Rewind sent you, you'll get a free consultation from Heidemann & Associates.
And he'll definitely take care of you. I want to thank Justin for all of his support here on KSL Sports Rewind. All right, let's jump into our top 25. There's no reason to push anything out as we get ready to take you through 25 through 1. Let's start at 25. Number 25, the East High Leopards. 24, Maple Mountain. 23, the Viewmont Vikings. Welcome to the rankings first, both Mountain View and Viewmont. Manti stays at 22, and then Park City jumps in at 21, jumping up from being non-ranked last week.
Yeah, boy, East taking a long fall. That's a tough Servite team that East fell to. But how about we talk about new teams to the top 25, rounding out a lot of these kind of 21 to 25. How about the start for the quarterback out of Viewmont, Longson? He's been absolutely impressive through their first 2 weeks, completing about 60% of his passes, over 600 yards through the air, 9 touchdowns. Coach Drew Jones has that Viewmont offense flying in the early part of the year.
Great start for Viewmont. You're absolutely right. And then Park City, we mentioned, jumping in there at 21. I mean, at 2-0. I mean, that's just you see what they've done. I mean, they're really Park City's really good. I mean, it's where we got to realize where Park City's sitting. 20 through 16, Green Canyon, Ridgeline, Morgan, Weber, and Springville.
Weber, this team continues to be impressive. They have not one Payne train, but 2 Payne trains, Carter Payne and Tyler Payne, leading the way for the Weber Warriors as they continue to look really impressive, the last undefeated team up in Region 1. And then how about Springville? Absolutely impressive week. Bonneville was a tough test for them, but man, they found a way to gut out another win. Impressive week for the Red Devils.
Well, and you look at Springville, that's just another one, right? They continue to win one. And then, of course, you got Ridgeline doing the things. I mean, Ridgeline drops 2 spots, but just different things. But Morgan, does 3A run through Morgan? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that Ridgeline one, that was an overtime game against Riverton. Man, Riverton played them tough.
Yeah, so just an interesting thing to see where it is, right? To see where we are as we get to the top 15. Yeah. It's interesting to see who does what. So 15 through 11, Davis, West, Alta, Bingham, and American Fork.
Crazy to think there are 2 0-2 teams in that 10 to 15 range. But when you play the teams they've played and how tight they've played them, a lot of respect being given. Alta, a very quiet 2-0. Impressive come from behind victory over Juan Diego, and then a shutout win over Westlake. Watch out for that Alta team. New coaching staff, a lot of turnover. Doesn't appear to affect them much in the win column yet here in 2024.
They're figuring it out, man. That's the biggest thing. They're figuring out how to win, and that's when you look at Alta, it's like, golly, man.
And Matt McKay, I'll tell you, he's a coach's dream. Man, like what a great tool, what a great weapon for Alta to have. Yeah,
the kid's was a starting quarterback for 2 years, and now he's playing. I mean, just unreal, playing wide receiver, getting things done. Top 10, Mountain Ridge, Brighton, Bountiful, Roy comes in at 7. And how about Bingham Orem coming in at 6?
Big move for the Sentinels this week, heading up 4 spots after their big win this week. But yeah, you're right. Roy at number 7. Oh, Dusty, the Roy boys, huh? How about that? Fantastic. And Orem, such an impressive win coming back from behind to beat American Fork just outside the top 5. Wouldn't surprise me if we see them creep into the top 5. It tells you how strong the top of the state is when you see Orem at number 6.
Well, when they can get to 6 and still have room to move, it just tells you, one, how good Orem is, but also how good Timpview is as well. So let's get to our top 5. Skyridge, Timpview, Lone Peak, Lehigh, and Corner Canyon.
Yeah, it was really interesting the way the votes came in around Lehigh and Lone Peak. Some different interpretations there. If only we
Unreal.
had a chance to settle that on the field, right? We will. But man, how big is that win for Skyridge? Because again, they give up that week 1 loss to Timpview. You go down to Liberty. I think everyone understands how good Liberty is, keeping Skyridge in that top 5. But I will just add, consensus number 1 this week. No doubt, Corner Canyon, everyone had them at number 1. Again, such a big win for them. And not only for them, for the state. I loved seeing so many social media posts, even from Corner Canyon players like Kasuga saying, hey, this one's for Utah. Everyone recognized how big that was for the state of Utah and the state of high school football in this state being recognized outside the state. Great week for Utah high school football, and congratulations again to the Chargers.
Well, and it was the shout out on freaking McAfee
Pat
as
McAfee,
well. You had a guy on there. That was so awesome. Guys like you got Cody Gardner and everyone's like, that is so awesome. So you hear that, it's so cool. First of all, not saying Eric Kerr, that's a miss. Either way, you still got it out there though, because Cody Gardner did an amazing job. What he did in that second half defensively, unreal. To go shut down that offense, only give up 6 points in the second half. I mean, just awesome. I mean, it's just been a great week. But to Corner Canyon, first of all, congratulations to go get the win against IMG. I just blows to not beat.
It's still crazy, Dusty. Yeah,
right. You don't beat Gorman in the last years, and then you bring in this team. Oh my gosh, to me, a big deal. Just so awesome that Corner Canyon knocked off IMGs is absolutely great. Well, first of all, tell us what you think of our top 25. Hit us up. Love to hear from you. Love to get your opinions on it. But it'll be an absolute blast. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us, and thank you for watching KSL Sports Rewind's rankings video right here on KSLSports.com.